Yo, what's up, gamers? So, I walked into the breakroom today and there are Amazon boxes stacked everywhere. I'm talking floor to ceiling, boxes on the table, boxes on the chair, one box sitting in the microwave like somebody tried to reheat 2-day shipping. So I'm standing there like, did the office order supplies, or did Amazon accidentally deliver a warehouse? But then I see Sharon from marketing in the corner, holding a scanner, opening boxes one after another. She's not even checking what's inside, just scanning, open, next, scan, open, next. I'm like, Sharon, do we actually need all of this? And she goes, no idea, but it's included with Prime. And that's when it hit me, because that is exactly what Prime Gaming feels like this month. Because Amazon is dropping 15 free PC games for June 2026. This doesn't feel like one clean monthly drop. This feels like Amazon backed the truck up to the break room and said, here, sort it out. So before we get into this, do me a favor, smash that like button if your backlog is already packed in cardboard, subscribe if you love free game chaos, and tell me in the comments down below, what are you claiming first? Now let's grab them off, because Amazon just delivered 15 games to the break room, and apparently I'm the only janitor willing to unpack this mess. But only as long as you stay to help. First up, Tomb Raider 4 through 6 Remastered. Classic Lara is back again, and this one is available right now through the Epic Games Store with your Amazon Prime subscription. You're getting a remastered collection of the old school Tomb Raider games, so expect exploration, platforming puzzles, dangerous ruins, and Lara somehow surviving stuff that would absolutely send me straight to workers' comp. This is pure nostalgia. It's not trying to be some brand new reboot, it's bringing back that classic action-adventure feel, just clean up for modern players. So if you grew up with these games, this is probably gonna hit the memory button real hard. Lara Croft is back, and somehow she still has fewer problems than my backlog. Then Amazon Prime Gaming immediately switches from Tombs to organized crime with Mafia III Definitive Edition. This is the biggest crime drama in the lineup, and it's available right now as a GOG code with your subscription. You're stepping into an open-world crime story, building power, taking down enemies, and tearing through criminal underworld one messy decision at a time. And since this is the Definitive Edition, you're getting the full package with the extra content included. So yeah, this is not a quick little weekend snack. This is one of those games where you say, I'll do one more mission, and then suddenly your entire evening is gone. Then we go from crime families to alien police work with XCOM Chimera Squad. This one is also available right now as a GOG code with your Amazon Prime subscription. And if you know XCOM, you already know this is strategy with consequences. But Chimera Squad is a little quicker, a little tighter, and honestly a little weirder. You're running squad-based missions, breaching rooms, taking turns, setting up shots, and praying your team doesn't miss something important from 3 feet away. It's tactical, but more focused than the bigger XCOM games, so it moves faster and gets to the action quicker. This is strategy with consequences, and a lot of missed shots. And then June 11th starts with Escape Room Panic. Tested on Humans Escape Room. This one is coming as a GOG code with your Amazon Prime subscription, and the whole setup is basically wake up, look around, realize something is wrong, and start solving puzzles before your brain clocks out. You're searching rooms, finding clues, messing with codes, and trying to figure out what kind of mystery you got dragged into. It's slower than the last few games, but that doesn't mean relaxing. Escape room games always start calm, then 10 minutes later you're staring at one locked drawer like it personally betrayed you. This is what happens when HR locks you in a room and calls it team building. And then Amazon throws demons into the schedule with Sin Slayer's Reign of the 8th. This one hits June 11th as a GOG code with your Amazon Prime subscription. And now we're in dark fantasy dungeon crawling territory. You're building a party, heading into dangerous areas, fighting monsters, and dealing with enemies tied to sin itself. It's got that RPG and roguelike energy, where every run can go sideways, every choice matters, and one bad fight can send the whole team straight into the mop bucket. This is fantasy combat with consequences, but wrapped in that dark, cursed atmosphere. Basically, your bad decisions are no longer just emotional damage, now they have stats. This is what happens when your bad decisions get a health bar. And then we go from Sin to Saturday morning cartoon punching with G.I. Joe Wrath of Cobra. This one hits June 11th through the Epic Games Store with your Amazon Prime subscription, and it is pure retro beat-em-up energy. You're moving side to side, punching through enemies, clearing stages, and getting that old-school arcade feel where the answer to every problem is, hit it harder. It's got G.I. Joe nostalgia all over it. So if you grew up with the toys, the cartoons, this is probably gonna feel familiar immediately. And somehow now we're solving a murder mystery in Paradise with Paradise Killer. This one hits June 11th as a GOG code with your Amazon Prime subscription, and the whole vibe is immediately strange. You're investigating a murder on this bizarre island, talking to suspects, digging through clues, and trying to figure out who actually did it. And the cool part is, it's open-ended, so you can investigate at your own pace, follow different leads, and decide when you think you have enough evidence. The world is weird, stylish, colorful, and honestly, it looks like somebody built a resort directly on top of a conspiracy board. This is a vacation brochure with a crime scene attached. And then June 18th brings another escape room, Between Time Escape Room. This one is coming as a GOG code with your Amazon Prime subscription. And now the puzzles are messing with time itself. So you're not just looking for keys, codes, and hidden switches, you're dealing with time travel logic, weird clues, and that kind of puzzle design where your brain starts making dial-up noises. It's got that escape room structure, but the time theme gives it a little extra headache spice. You're solving rooms, connecting clues, and probably staring at one object for 10 minutes like, I know this means something. This is stress, but now it has time travel. And then Amazon decides we need something cozy with Sugardew Island. This one hits June 18th as a GOG code with your Amazon Prime subscription. And after all the escape room panic, honestly, we needed this one. You're getting those farming life sim vibes with a cute island setting, relaxed progression, and that whole let me fix this place one tiny task at a time energy. You're not dodging bullets, you're not solving murder, you're not fighting demons. You're just vibing, building things, and letting your brain finally sit down for a minute. This is the game you play when your soul needs a snack break. And then Amazon hits us with the longest strategy title in the building, Wargame Construction Set 3, Age of Rifles, 1846 to 1905. And this one hits June 18th as a GOG code with your Amazon Prime subscription. And yeah, this is old school historical strategy focused on warfare from the mid 1800s into the early 1900s. So we're talking battles, tactics, planning, and the kind of niche strategy depth that is absolutely not here for casual button mashing. And then we leave history class and go back to space chaos with Space Grunts 2. This one hits June 18th as a GOG code with your Amazon Prime subscription. And now we're in sci-fi roguelike territory. You're moving through space stations, dealing with enemies, making choices, and trying to survive runs that can go sideways real fast. But this one mixes in card and strategy elements too. So you're not just blasting everything on sight, you've got to think through what you're doing, use the right tools, and hope the next room doesn't turn into a disaster. It has that quick run energy where one bad decision can ruin everything, and somehow you still hit start again. This feels like an arcade machine got promoted to Dungeon Master. And apparently Amazon had more Space Grunts in the storage closet because now we're getting Space Grunts Chrono's Shard. This one hits June 25th through the Epic Game Store with your Amazon Prime subscription. And yes, we're still in space chaos territory, but now there's a time theme involved, which means the sci-fi nonsense found a clock and decided to make everybody's day harder. It's got that follow-up energy, mixing action, and whatever time-bending problems Chrono Shard is about to throw at you. So if Space Grunts 2 was already weird enough, this one feels like Amazon said, run it back, but make the timeline suspicious. And then we go from space to touching artwork with Please Touch the Artwork. This one hits June 25th through Legacy Games with your Amazon Prime subscription. And honestly, the title alone feels like trying to get somebody kicked out of a museum. This is a puzzle game built around abstract art, patterns, colors, and clever little challenges that make you slow down and actually think. So after all the crime drama, tomb raiding, demons, space chaos, and time nonsense, this is the lineup taking a quiet little museum break. It's chill, but still clever enough to make your brain work. The kind of game where you say, okay, this looks simple, and then 5 minutes later you're questioning shapes like they owe you money. This is the only museum where touching the art is the whole point. And then Amazon casually hands us Mars with Terraforming Mars. This one hits June 25th through the Amazon Games app with your Amazon Prime subscription. And now you're in full game strategy mode. You're not running around shooting things, you're managing resources, building projects, raising temperatures, placing cities, and trying to turn Mars into something humans can actually live on, which already sounds like a lot of responsibility for a free game. This is based on the board game, so expect planning, strategy, and that slow burn where every decision stacks up over time. You're basically looking at an entire planet and going, yeah, we could fix that. And finally, we end with Lost Eidolons, Veil of the Witch. This one hits June 25th through the Amazon Games app with your Amazon Prime subscription, and it's a tactical RPG with fantasy combat. party building, and turn-based battles where positioning actually matters. You're leading a group through dangerous encounters, using different abilities, setting up attacks, and trying not to make that one bad move that ruins the whole fight. This is not the kind of RPG where you just run in swinging. You have to think about where your characters are, who they're attacking, what abilities you're using, and how the enemy is about to respond. This is a game that says, you thought the free list was done? Here's homework with swords. So, what does it actually mean? Amazon Prime Gaming is dropping 15 games for June 2026 spread across Epic Games Store, GOG, Legacy Games, and the Amazon Games app, as long as you have an active Amazon Prime subscription. So yeah, this is not one clean theme. This is Amazon giving you tomb raiding, crime drama, tactics, escape room, cozy farming, space weirdness, art puzzles, Mars, and tactical fantasy, all in the same month. This lineup doesn't feel organized. It feels like Amazon backed the delivery truck up to the break room and dumped 15 boxes on the floor and said, good luck figuring out what's inside. And honestly, that's kind of the fun of Prime Gaming. You're not claiming a lineup, you're unpacking a backlog. So now we're back into the break room, and Sharon from marketing is still surrounded by Amazon boxes. Has she opened them? Nope, not even close. She's slapping labels on everything now. One says claimed, another says might try, then there's one that says never opening. And my personal favorite looks free enough, which is exactly how half of us treat these monthly drops. Well, that's all I have. I gotta bounce before Sharon starts opening every Amazon box in the break room, claims them up through GOG, and somehow puts the office microwave on her Prime Gaming wish list. So before I go, do me a favor. Smash that like button if your backlog is officially under investigation like mine. Subscribe if you want the monthly free game chaos cleaned up, and tell me in the comments down below, what are you claiming first? Tomb Raider, Mafia III, XCOM, or one of the weird ones? This is Scruffy the Janitor signing off. Peace out.